But in general, let's say we have an idea for something we want to build, app, website, whatever. It is in our head, okay? And it is rough. And it's okay for ideas to be rough. Um, Previously, before AI and everything, the way I visualized an idea was to use pen and paper, or there was a sketching program called Balsamic that I haven't used in years, that allowed you to sort of create a mock of the idea. Okay, why visualization of the idea matter? The reason for that is, uh, for the same reason that when I have an idea or a new project, I come up with a name first. Coming up with a name and sort of creating a mock of the idea, especially the landing page marketing material for the idea, more important than the app itself. Okay. It essentially makes the project real. Okay. So it's essentially the process of making the idea more real in your own brain. That's the objective. Okay. And once a project is more real in your brain, you actually care more about it and your efforts follow. You get more energy around the idea. In fact, it helps you crystallize the idea more. Think about things that you had not thought before. Does that make sense? This is a very important step that I think a lot of you guys, I'm going to actually ask the chat real quick. How many of you guys have ideas but have put no attempt into visualizing it? Like, just put a 1 if you don't visualize it, like create something tangible for your idea. Put a 2 if you do it every time. And beyond. Okay. So I mean, some people are obviously doing it and a lot of people are not doing it. I'm telling you, a lot of people get stumped on this one step. Okay. So it's essentially, I'm telling you, at least for me, like based on, I'm kind of like to convey what I do more than anything else. Um, when I name a project, it's essentially two things. It's the two things you need to do. Project name, code name. Don't spend too much time on the name. Okay, code name is suffices, and visual mock of the landing page, marketing language. Okay, those two things is what really makes a project real. Okay, so today, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually visualize an idea using Famous. We'll talk about it. Um, and also give you tips on based on the changes that has happened on the platform so far. Okay. So I'm going to open up Famous and I'm going to pick an idea. Let me minimize chat. So I'm going to do it actually 3 times to get a bunch of ideas. I was thinking I'm going to do I started a dating app. So I'm going to do an online dating. Let's say you're a matchmaker or you have some experience in dating and you want to create a dating website for serious daters, meaning not hookup apps, okay, which is like all the trend, the opposite of that. So a couple of things, and I'm going to just do it, and then I'm going to talk about why I do it the way I do it, okay? So I want to build a serious dating website called Happy Life. Project code name. You can obviously change it later. Okay. Let me type it, then I'm going to write in my Google Doc. The positioning is that this is the antidote to today's hookup app culture. Okay. All right. So it's like I'm going into online dating. My product positioning is super high level. Okay. My product positioning is that I'm going to go for serious daters. I'm going to say that target audience are serious daters who want to get married and have and build a family. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. I'm going to run this and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to run it. Again, you can use any variation of this. Couple of things to mention right here. One, when we started Famous, okay, a lot of our training was take the general idea, take it to ChatGPT or Ask Alex, an AI chatbot, explain the idea, and have ChatGPT, which now knows Famous.ai, structure it and give it a detailed prompt. Okay, like a structure. Okay, so build a page that has this section, that section, that section, a detailed prompt. In my opinion, that advice is no longer good advice. And let me explain this. This is sort of like one of the things I wanted to convey today. Our product has evolved significantly in the past 2-3 months. You guys probably have noticed it. Our product, the synthetic intelligence backend, is now fully trained in marketing. And if you turn on Genius, which in one of the cases I'm going to try I'll build it 3 times. It is a higher IQ model. It uses the most advanced AI model, which is very expensive. So use it judiciously, use the Genius mode, which we launched judiciously. It uses Anthropic's Opus, which is by far the highest IQ, if you will, AI model. And it's very expensive, but in this particular case, it's worth it. And I'm going to use one of the instances using it. And essentially what you used to do and what we used to tell you to do, which is to go to ChatGPT and come up with a whole structure, okay, then put it in Famous just as a builder, is, in my opinion, bad advice now, at least on the first go. And the reason for that is ChatGPT is a generic chatbot that is not trained on marketing specifically, okay? Our platform is fully trained on marketing and IQ. So it would be as if you ask a lower IQ chatbot that is not specifically trained on marketing to come up with instructions to give it to a superior product that is fully trained on marketing. And when I say marketing, is that generate pages that convert visitors to users. I need to see that first for the idea to crystallize in my brain. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Is what I'm saying make sense? So my advice at this point which is different. Again, I know that a lot of our training videos at the beginning say the opposite. The product has evolved so much in the past 2 months that it's a superior product. You gotta give it creative freedom. Now, if you come up with the exact instructions, like an actual mock, or you go to ChatGPT and actually come up with the exact instructions, it will build what you tell it to build. But on purpose, I keep the first go vague and not super structured, to give it creative freedom because it is super good at marketing. Famous.ai is trained on marketing. Okay, that's the differentiator. That's the main thing. When we say synthetic intelligence, that's what I'm talking about. It's like essentially it has a ton of reasoning steps. It's multiple AI agents working together. And one of those things that we really put effort into, and you have probably noticed it already, is marketing aspect. Okay, it's fully trained on it. using our marketing knowledge, which is different than ChatGPT's generic chatbot instructions. That's so. Tip. Okay. Pro tip. Keep the first prompt high level. Don't give it too much structure. Now, you can choose to completely ignore what I'm saying, in which case, go structured outside, come to Famous, fine, you do you. And maybe it is justified. Maybe you've thought about the marketing, maybe you have a very specific idea. By all means, be my guest. I'm telling you guys, that approach, essentially what I'm saying is that Famous will most likely, it beats me in thinking through marketing, okay? It will most likely beat you and any other chatbot in specific like marketing angles, okay? Don't give it too much structure. Focus on high-level idea, project name, code name, and product positioning, and maybe, let me put in parentheses too, and maybe target audience. Why do I say maybe target audience? Because another thing that you don't really know is like, I see this, it's actually a common mistake I see. People assume too much. People think they know their target audience and who their high level means big picture. Yes, big picture. Focus on big picture. First prompt. Try it my way. If it doesn't give you a desired result, by all means, be more specific. Okay. But try it my way. We have trained this motherfucker, excuse my language, to be really good at turning the big idea, okay, and turning it into a market ready, which is exactly what you need to crystallize your idea, okay? So yeah, and then if it doesn't work, by all means, experiment with different things. And excuse my French. Now, why did I say, I digress a little bit. Why did I say maybe target audience? Is because entrepreneurs assume too much in terms of their target audience. I see that, marketers, a lot of times they think they know exactly who the target audience is right away, and they just create very specific, audience demographic that they target when they run ads. Most of the time, it's a mistake. Okay. I was literally typing assumptions, which can be somewhat ignorant. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, try my way, okay? And if you don't like the results, you can always add assumptions. but I like to give, at this point, it is so good that I like to give it creative freedom. And I do not want a dumber, less specialized chatbot to give it instructions either. Okay. So it's kind of like, we worked super hard to get it to this point, but at this point I can tell you, and you will see, you want to give it creative freedom. It is probably smarter than you in marketing. I'm just telling you right now, right off the bat. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Let me copy it. Okay. I'm going to run it without Genius and Bulldozer on. And then I'm going to run the same thing. And let me explain these. I don't think I've explained these. So what Bulldozer does is, it's in its name. It moves a lot. It moves more dirt. Okay. So think of the amount of effort that goes, the number of tool calls, the length of time that AI runs. So essentially, Famous in the backend, it's a very complex structure, but it does a certain amount of work, and then it comes back to you, shows you the result, expecting to do more. Okay, asking you to do more. What else should I do? The reason for that is that it doesn't go on its own and does a whole bunch of things and then comes up with something that you didn't want. Okay, just burn tokens in the process. So bulldozer lengthens that. So give it a little bit more leeway to go um, and um, and do more work, essentially move more dirt. Bulldozer moves a lot of dirt. Okay, so I'm going to run it one more time. Again, don't create your own flavor of this, but I feel like today's the day I'm going to show you guys what I would do. And then I'm going to turn off Bulldozer and turn on Genius, which is going to make it more expensive. But I think for the first go, like I want the highest IQ AI model available. And over time, essentially this mode will activate whatever AI model that is the smartest on the face of the planet. And if that changes, we change it too. We just point it to the smartest model, regardless of price. Okay. So that's sort of like my vision here. We are not going to build the cheapest builder, like the Honda of cars. We are going to build the cutting edge, most powerful tool. So when you turn on Genius, it goes to, at this moment, I told you, but if whatever model I see on the face of the planet that is the most powerful, I'll point it to that model at that point of time, whatever AI. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do that. All right. So we have 3 dishes cooking. And I'll show you guys how I kind of pick and choose and think through it. Any questions in the meantime? This is the first build is the longest build. So it takes like 5 minutes. With Bulldozer, it takes even longer. Some builders creep while in the live mode, while being in the view only, keep things building things more streamlined. Anything? Yeah. So our edit mode, this is also new. I'll show you once it's done. It doesn't impact the build. It just impacts the rendering of the preview. And this feature is a work in progress. If you have noticed in the past few days, more and more things are coming. This is going to move super rapidly. We're going to add options to add images, prompt a specific part of the site with AI. A lot of things are coming. So with this, think of this edit mode is in beta. That's one way to think about it. So just be patient. If you're using edit mode, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit, be patient and know it is in beta. And sometimes what shows in edit mode is a little different than what shows in view mode, which we are working on actively. So they're going to be the same soon. It doesn't corrupt the code. It's just the way it's rendered. It's actually completely different, 2 different systems. So I'll get to that later on in this. Okay. Would you add this version that involves ChatGPT? Would you add to this version that involved example ChatGPT? Just curiosity. I'm not sure what you mean, Joanna. If you want to explain your question, happy to answer. All right. I have 3 of them going. Yeah, you need to, one thing I tell you guys, this is, I think, the biggest flaw that I see in this whole agentic AI, whatever builder ecosystem, is that people approach it with singularly from an engineering perspective, which obviously is very important. But almost none of these guys, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, none of them actually know anything about marketing. Okay, so they are spitting out software. I want to help you guys build market ready products, meaning products that actually convert visitors to users. That's like, I'm like, otherwise, what's the point? Why are we here? We're not building things for our own entertainment. Obviously, we want to build useful products that we use too. But the end result, almost for most of our users, is that, hey, they want to build something they can sell. They get customers. I'm like, that is, Seven Habits of Highly is building, so I can rant. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I forgot which habit it is, but one of them is that start with the end in mind. The end is that you have a very solid, specific, crisp landing page, marketing page that gets the user to sign up and pay. Okay, that's the end. So start with that in mind. Your AI needs to be good at visualizing that. And then you can add sign up, login, blah, everything that your product needs. And now our product, by the way, suggests what to build next too. So it's important. It's important. I cannot emphasize uh, how that is the point. Yeah, it's like, again, it's like we one of the things specifically, let me see if it's still working. It's still working. It found its own bug. It's diagnosing. So let it do its job while we wait, while I rant. So in it's essentially, you probably have noticed this in our company. We are a unique blend of technology plus marketing. Marketing means human psychology, okay, in mass, okay, not a specific one person human psychology. Marketing means human mass psychology. Technology is technology. You need to be good at both, okay? You need to understand both. Now, when I say technology, I'm not talking about, oh, you need to be a coder, but you need to be able to use tech, okay? Understand things that you need to understand, like how to, for example, connect Stripe to collect payment, how to connect your domain name, change the DNS, like basic stuff you need to understand, and an overall understanding, which we provide training on, but also marketing, which is human psychology in mass, okay? And people suck at it, suck at it. I was looking at some smart ass comment on my ad last night. We have our first build. Some smart ass on our ad last night when we talk about synthetic intelligence, like, oh, this is not synthetic intelligence. This is an orchestration of AI agents that work together in a coordinated way to streamline the process of blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, the reason that you're poor and have time to comment on my ad is because you don't understand marketing. It would be as if, like, ChatGPT, when they came up with their AI chatbot, they said, oh, this is a software that runs a neural network that is trained on the internet data, and you input text, and then you use another neural net to provide feedback, and then you use human reinforcement learning to improve it. So you have a string of text going in, and it predicts the next token. No, nobody would have known what it is. They call it AI chatbot. So it's like, I'm like, people suck. And I'm going on this rant. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to show you guys how to visualize the idea. But it's real. I'm like, dude, it's synthetic intelligence as term. It terms exist. It accurately describes what we are doing. It's like, I'm not gonna call it an orchestration, multiple AI agents working in parallel with an orchestration layer on top, deciding what to. It's like, that's why people are. It's like, anyways. Okay, so now I have my first build. Let me minimize this to, okay, so the first thing is look at the top hero section. Again, remember, most landing pages, this is what people don't understand. And they're like, oh, I have the page. Let me scroll down real fast, okay? Which you should do. But have in mind, the majority of people that land on your landing page do not scroll past the slide, okay? So the reason, so when you get a build, before you scroll down, okay, just look at the hero section, okay? So real love, real commitment, what do I call in the chat? Put in the chat. When I say blank test, when you look at just the feel of the hero section, what do I call it? I've used that term before. It's blank check. What is in the blank? Yes, the photo is weird, so we need to change that. AI created it. But what is the vibe? Vibe check. Vibe check. Thank you. Vibe check. Vibe check. It's vibe check. I'm like, okay, the vibe check passes. I'm like, again, focusing on hero section first. Real love, real commitment. Okay, hook. Join thousands of marriage-minded singles. So it actually conveys a point who found their forever. This is, what do I call this? I call this sub hook. So it's a good hook. I want to give this hook like a 7 out of 10. This is almost 10 out of 10 sub headline. Call to action. Basic social proof. Vibe check. Now this image needs to be changed. I can prompt it to change it. But before I do that, the top looks good. Doesn't take too much vertical height, which is literally the #1 mistake people were making on our own platform. And I went and trained this so that it's like to prevent you from sabotaging yourself. So the nav bar is like, you don't have to insert. I mean, you can have a weird fat nav bar and a huge logo like some of you guys were doing at the top. But unless you tell it to make mistakes, it won't make that kind of mistakes, okay? Meet your perfect match. This is examples of singles. You obviously need to replace them with real people. Love stories, okay? What is this section called? Put in the chat. What is this section called? What is this section called? This section. Benefit stack. Thank you. Thank you. It has benefit stack check. Discover relationship readiness. Okay. It thought of a test. So we need to, by the way, this is a really good idea. When I say give it creative freedom, okay, it thought of a test. Okay. Opt-in, which we can tell it to change into self-checkout or what have you. Let's see number 2. All right, minimize this so I see it. Again, you get the product, don't immediately scroll down, just sit back like I'm doing for a second and think vibe check. I actually like this design a lot. What do you think, Terry?
I like it. That picture is really kind of captivating.
Yeah, the picture is good. It has a little thing. We found each other. Unhappy life. Obviously, you need to replace that with real stuff. But again, and I would say at the end, by the way, it's okay to build a skeleton. The way, again, start with end in mind. When you want to go live, if you don't have live testimonials, you dupe it, okay? But keep this version. You can sleep it so that there's no hosting fees. Keep this version as sort of like, what do they call it? Vision board, okay? So essentially, this becomes your vision board, and you have to spend time visualizing your idea with fill-in information, okay? You don't have to go to market with it. You create what you are working towards. Start with the end in mind, and that's what you're doing here. Start with the end in mind and build this, and you're like, oh, once I have testimonials, I put a chat bubble there. It has, my success. And by the way, a lot of you guys, this would be, by the way, my recommendation for a product like this would be someone who's actually real life, like a matchmaker or something. If you're in a different industry, and you can use your own experience there, but if you're in a different industry, same concept. I'm demoing something here, right? Create your profile. This is sort of feature stack, although it's like benefit stack, feature stack. Members, love stories. This is a benefit stack. Okay, this should come up. You should probably go right below this section. This section needs to go down, so I can instruct it to replace this with that. It thought of self-checkout, and that's version number 2. Okay, this was done with Bulldozer. Now let's see at Genius. This is Genius. All right, let's look at it. Let me focus on it for a second. I like the hook the best. I love this. I love this, actually.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite one.
Yeah, yeah.
The one thing is like immediately I'd want to maybe kind of highlight the guy a little bit more because he's a bit.
Yeah, you can change the image. You can change the image.
But it's like, I mean, a great image. Just if there was,
Yeah,
yeah, it's really good.
yeah. Okay, so the genius mode, I want to say out of these three, this is literally like this is a really good landing page. I got to tell you that. Imagine you yourself, like let's say you have used hookup apps and you're single and you want to meet someone and get married. If that is you, landing on this page, it does vibe check. It's like literally it's a beautiful page. You agree on a scale of 1 to 10? Yeah, I don't mind the guy faded away either.
Yeah,
It's like
and you know
actually,
what?
yeah,
I was going to correct myself because and you'll know this,
yeah.
isn't the
You broke
majority
up,
of
Terry. I
people
can't hear you.
coming on the app, the dating apps is like
You're
70%
breaking
guys.
up. I don't know.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me
Mhm.
now?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I was going to
yeah,
say
yeah.
I actually take my comment back because the majority of people coming on dating apps, isn't it like 70%, 80%
Yeah,
guys?
it's like mostly yes, yes,
So they
yes.
don't care about the guy faded in the background.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's like the guy looks okay, but the woman looks better. I like this page better. It's just like it has the right mix of it's let's go. Great. The chart looks good. Differentiation. It says my internet is unstable. Are you guys having difficulty hearing me?
It
Let me
cut
look
out
on
for like
chat.
2 seconds, but it seems fine now.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it wasn't Terry, maybe it was me. Okay. Okay, great. If it happens again, I'm gonna relog back in, tether from my phone. This is also a really good section. Okay, just think about that. All right. Again, like yes, genius mode is more expensive, but it's also like the highest IQ AI model there is. Okay, so think about it this way: people are bombarded with dating apps. Okay, so why is Happy Life different? And it's like 100% verified profile. Again, when I talk about crystallization of your idea, I did not mention anything about the benefits or why I'm differentiated at all. Okay. So I said, this is my prompt for those of you guys who might have joined later. I said, I want to build a serious dating app called Happy Life. Positioning is that it's antidote to today's hookup culture. That's pretty much all I said. So he said, okay, so how would it be different? That's what I'm saying is probably better than you guys in marketing, and it's definitely better than ChatGPT in marketing. Okay. So if you go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to do it, it will come up with an inferior instructions for our builder. Okay. It's as if, again, to repeat myself for the 100th time, which is, I know we trained you guys differently, but I'm telling you guys on this first prompt, I really think we have flipped and we have turned a corner. In other words, asking ChatGPT to structure stuff for Famous, it would be as if it's again like asking an untrained inferior brain to give instructions to a superior marketer slash builder. Okay, so that's what it is now. So essentially came up with differentiation, and now you can go build it. It actually gave you ideas for what would you build. So you can create profile verification. People upload photos of their apps, of their license or whatever to make sure they're real. Compatibility science, so you can come up with quizzes to capture personality. Now you can build in different directions. Video date feature, let me give you an example. Serious daters, a lot of them are single parents. um, there's a fundamental difference between serial dating, serious dating, and casual dating. Casual daters love to go on dates. Serious daters, a lot of them are single moms or busy professionals. They don't want to waste the time to go on a date. Okay, so they like video dating works really well in the serious dating space, just so you guys know. Remote Zoom. Relationship coaching, success guaranteed. You can give them a money back guarantee, privacy first. Because why? Because serious daters, unlike someone who's on Tinder, who's essentially screaming from the rooftop that they're looking for hookup, these guys are like executives, professionals, people who don't want to advertise them. Okay, now I give you guys an example of how much better the Genius Mode is. Look at this profile it created versus, let's say, not Genius Mode. I know it's expensive. I mean, trust me. If I could reduce the cost, I would. Okay, look at this profile and this profile. Just look at it. Okay, which, I mean, do you guys, I mean, anybody who has an eye for product, they understand this is a way better profile card than this profile card. You guys agree?
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, look at how clean of a design it is. Slight haptic response to the image, name, age, job, which matters, family plans. Does it have family plans here? It does have that, but as a general objective, look at that. It's like now this, you are actually, that's why I said visualization is because you did not think of, I mean, again, to repeat, this is my prompt. I did not think of any of these. Now I look at it, I'm like, oh, wait, I need essentially, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, so if I want, this is the vision now. It built it for me, did the thinking for me. Okay, so in order to make this real, I need to build a verification feature. I need to build some sort of compatibility quiz, which you can, by the way, ask it to build. A video dating feature, which probably uses a Zoom with a calendar, some sort of relationship coaching, money back guarantee is easy. And then looking at this, I'm like, okay, so when the user is constructing their profile, this is a serious dating site. It actually gave me what I need to capture from the user. I need to capture their name, their age, location, obviously. This comes out of my compatibility quiz. I am going to capture their career. I'm going to capture their education. I'm going to have some sort of relationship goal, probably a drop down, okay, which gave me a bunch of ideas. Serious relationship to marriage within 2 years, ready for marriage. So this would be a drop down, most likely, or it could be a field where people free type and you use AI to actually turn it into a simple sentence. Family plans. Do you want kids? You don't want kids, which actually matters. I don't think does Tinder capture that? Does it ask you if you want kids or not? I don't know. I haven't used Tinder in a billion years, so I don't know. Love stories. Sign up. Okay. Looks solid. I don't think I need to actually decide which one to choose. This is by far the best, the best one. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to type in what I did. Again, don't say Alex told me to create 3 things and that increases the cost. I am telling you that's what I would do. You can be stingy and just create 1 version. Okay. I like to create 2, 3 versions and pick the best one. Terry does the same thing, right, Terry? You normally do that.
Yep.
Okay. Build 1 or more versions, depending on your budget, of the product with Famous using the above instructions. Pick the best one. Pick the best parts. of multiple builds. If you have built multiple, to create the ideal product page. Okay. More expensive to build and monthly. Oh no. So it's essentially I created all three. Now all three of them are live. What I would do is I would go to this one, to project settings, and I would just, not this one, sorry. This is the good one, right? Let me see. No. Okay, I'm gonna go here to project settings. At first I look at it to see what I want to, is there anything good here? And if it is something good, I'm gonna take a screenshot, for example, just to show you. It's not that great. Let me see, what is it, if there's something good here. How about this one? Let me show you guys how to incorporate it real quick. Okay, this is a good section. Okay. My Zoom thing is there, so 1 second. Okay. Let's say I like the idea from this. I go to the one that I liked and I say, can you add this section, the attached screenshot? Can you build, let me be very clear, build a section that implements what is shown in this, in the attached screenshot, whatever. It's enough. It's on Genius mode, so you will understand. Okay. All right. Then what I would do, let's say you're done with this. Just go to project settings and sleep it. No hosting fee. Or you can delete it. Project setting, sleep it. Okay. So now you have this one that you're working on. Is that clear what I'm doing, guys? Essentially shuts down the servers. I don't see any attached screenshots in your message. Could you please share the screenshot you'd like to implement? Oh, I know why. Okay, I'm going to skip this question. I'm going to actually skip this question. Continue without answer. I'm going to stop. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try one more time. That is a bug, I think, that I'm going to fix. Here we go. This should work. I think because it was on Genius mode, I need to fix that.
That happened to me on an onboarding once, and it still recognized it and
yeah, it does it. It just like when it, I think I know what the issue is. I'll fix it. I'll have the team fix it. Oh, it still doesn't see it. Let me skip the question. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll fix it right away. This is a bug on our side. Okay. Any questions so far? You guys got the overall idea? Yeah, ignore this bug. I'll have the team investigate immediately. But essentially, you can take a screenshot, give it to it, and implement it. In fact, let me just tell the team right now. Seem to have a bug. Okay. It's been like that for the last couple of days. It can't read images. Okay. Maybe we have a bug that I do not know. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually read it. How to pass from web to app when we are in web? I'm not sure what you're asking, Costa, but if you're asking how do you build a mobile app, build a web version first, then put it in mobile mode and take screenshots of mobile and give it to Famous to build the mobile version. Maybe I do that today. I think there is a video for that. Am I right, Mark? Oh, it built it. It actually say, okay, so guys, there's a bug there. I don't know what caused it. It actually built it, okay? But somehow it said I can't read the screenshot. So ignore its feedback. I'll have the team fix it. So it built it, it put that section in, it's done. So yeah. So we got the best of idea from one implementation I put inside the next implementation. And then I'll keep working on this until this is perfect. And then I have then you start going assessment quiz. Like, okay, now I tell you guys another beautiful thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Okay. Have you guys seen these buttons here? Okay. We busted our ass to come up with these buttons. So essentially, people underestimate how much Famous knows about their project. And based on that, it gives you suggestions. Okay. So these suggestions are like, if you look at it, they're super accurate. Okay. Assessment quiz, you hover over it, it actually tells you what prompt it's going to inject. Okay. So why is it suggesting an assessment quiz? Because we have an assessment quiz here. Okay. And it has probably like percentage matchmaking. So if you want to go that direction, you can do that. User authentication. Obviously, online dating needs user authentication, meaning a user needs to have a profile. So you can go that direction, or you can do advanced matching, because I bet somewhere here it says something about advanced matching. Okay. So it knows a lot about your product, more than you give it credit to. Okay. So then you pick it and you say, in this case, let me just first build user authentication. It's going to ask for Supabase. I'm going to give it to it. 1 second. Mark uploaded a YouTube video that shows you how to turn your web app into a mobile app. That's in the chat, everyone. Okay. It's a common question. Web apps and mobile apps. Let me create a new Supabase. What is advanced matching? Not sure what it means. Advanced matching is probably you let AI, that's what I'm saying. Let AI do its thing. It's probably going to create an advanced matching algorithm. That's what it's going to do. All right, it's going to set up the backend real quick. And then we will maybe see what other suggestions it has. Build 1 or 2 more things. I turned off Genius, by the way, to save on costs after the first build. Okay. So if you get stuck or you're trying to get something hard, or in my opinion, for the first prompt, use Genius. I'm going to fix this screenshot thing. It's really bothering me, but I'll fix it. Again, if you hit that screenshot, who has hit that screenshot error? That's the first time I see it. Terry, you said you hit it too one time?
I hit it, but the same thing happened. I just
You skip it. So, okay. So it thinks it's not looking at it, but you skip it. It actually has it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fix it. Go fix it. What's the cost difference, Genius versus standard? Unfortunately, it's variable. Depends on how many tokens. So each build has, it's like a variable thing, decides what to do, makes what's called tool calls. It does a lot of tool calls. So the token cost is 5 times higher. Okay. But but your cost is most likely not going to be 5 times higher. It's going to be like twice, maybe 2.5, 3 times, most cases, because token cost is just part of the overall cost. So it's really variable, you know. Somebody said I hit it too. It has hit it too. Okay. Seems like we have is that by the way is a different reasoning step. Okay. So it's the clarification. So there's a part of the brain of Famous.ai that thinks about, do I have all the information needed before I allow the builder to build it? That part of the brain is misfiring. Okay. That's what is happening. That's what I saw. It's one part of the brain misfired and said, hey, wait, I don't have a screenshot, while it has a screenshot. So then you skipped it, and then the whole information went to the builder, and builder had the screenshot. So that's essentially what happened. One part of the brain is retarded right now, so I need to fix it. Yeah. If the app is in sleep mode, does it accumulate backend charges with Superbase? It does. So Superbase is complete, has their own charges. So if you're on a free plan, there's no charges, where a lot of you guys are on the $25 a month plan, which means you cannot, I don't think you can sleep. They're not like us. You cannot sleep a project in Superbase, I don't think, when you're on paid plan. You can only delete it. Yeah, I wish they had a sleep button. I don't think they do. But I will provide an alternative to Superbase. That's my goal, to put it inside the plan. That it fixes problems. Can sleep Superbase per pay or delete the only two options. Yeah, on the Pro. Our product, you can sleep projects. On Superbase, you cannot sleep the project. Okay. It's like, I don't know why they do it that way, but you cannot sleep it. So, and I am planning to create an alternative to Superbase on our platform, so you guys don't have to deal with Superbase. Certainly, that's my goal. Now, it's a very difficult project, but it's in the works. Okay. Anything else while we wait for this to build it? How many of you guys have played with these two features, Bulldozer and Genius? ETA for Superbase alternative 6 months? No, nothing takes that long in Alex Mehr's world. No, hopefully much faster. I mean, 6 months is eternity in my, I would die in 6 months. Not 6 minutes, I wish. It is a very difficult infrastructure project. And it's like a Superbase is a big company, and honestly, it's a good product. It's a state of the art product um, that the industry uses. It's an infrastructure project. It's not AI. It's like literally database architecture, and it's a very difficult one to build. But I am working on it. Okay. What if they're checked at the same time? It's fine. It just runs on Genius, more loops, essentially, moves more dirt more vigorously. You can turn both of them on. With what account of trading to my web app? I am not sure. With what connect account of trading to my, I have no idea what you're saying, Costa. It's like, can maybe clarify it? I've been using them heavily. GPT told me to stop. It got jealous of interplay communication interchange. That's very interesting. Look, okay. So one thing I want to tell you guys is I'm not telling you guys do not work on with ChatGPT on structuring prompts to improve your structure. I'm saying in this particular exercise that I'm doing, which is idea visualization, let's give Famous artistic freedom. It's really good at marketing. So take advantage of it. When you structure it with a generic ChatGPT, this is what I'm saying. You are telling it what to build, you are constraining it. Now, on the follow-up builds, you can use ChatGPT, no problem. If you know exactly what you're building, use ChatGPT, no problem. My point is, in this particular exercise that I'm going through, which is a rough idea turned into a beautiful first draft of a product, use Famous. It is superior. Okay. All right. Let me see why it didn't do it. It is, I know what it is. My Superbase, I know what it is. My Superbase account is no longer paid. It's trying, okay, I know what it is. My Superbase account is no longer paid. It's trying to create a project. I have more than 2 projects. I gotta fix that to be able to do it. Let me stop it. It won't work. Okay. All right. I gotta go pay Superbase to be able to finish this demo. What does bulldozer mode do? It essentially lengthens the amount of work AI will do. It does more work per prompt. That's what it is. If you have a long ask, okay, like a complex instructions, multi-step, you want to enable bulldozer. That's one way to think about it. Okay. Yes, perfect for Terrence. Exactly. When Terrence gets on his thingy where he does voice to text and he just talks for that, it is perfect. You turn on bulldozer so it can go through the whole thing. Okay. Would it be a good thing to use? Let me ask a couple questions. So Costa is asking a question. You have a third-party software you want to integrate. My suggestion is ask the question from Famous instead of asking in Zoom. We made questions from Famous for free. At this point of time, I will see how. Okay, right now it's free to ask questions from Famous. Ask questions. Like if you don't know how to integrate something with something, literally ask Famous. Okay, it will go search the web. You can even put a URL of the thing. It has web search as a tool. It's funny, people don't know. It has web search as a tool. You can give it the URL of the software you want to integrate. Just put the URL and say, hey, I want to integrate this with my app. How do I do it? It's free. Okay, it's free. There's no build cost. So it will answer that question specifically. Yeah, the question I'm telling you guys, people underestimate. And there was a shift, by the way. If you played with asking questions from Famous like a month ago versus you do now, 2 different paradigms. Now, when you answer a question, it doesn't just look at your conversation history. It goes and looks at your code base. So it has full access to the code base. It has full access to conversation history. It can read if you give it a URL, it can search Google, search the web. Okay. It can do everything. Okay. And it can use, and it does do all of that and answers a question. And it's at this point of time, it is free. It's killing me, but I'm trying to keep the questions free if possible. So the good news is not a lot of people ask questions right now. So for now, we can keep it for free. Is it a good idea to optimize website build and Famous for AEO or use AEO funnels to build landing pages? Faisal, it's a question of, do I use a Swiss Army knife or I use a specialized tool like a screwdriver? Okay, so obviously Famous is a full-on builder, can build anything. It can create the idea. Okay, AEO funnels has no such ability. Okay, no builder has, no funnel builder has. However, AEO funnels is really super fine-tuned for AEO specifically. So it depends, and but Famous itself is also AEO optimized, not to the extent that AEO funnels is. I'm going to work on making Famous more AEO optimized. My point is there's a little bit of trade-off. one option is to build just the, I mean, you build the app on Famous, but take the landing, just the landing page, and rebuild it on AEO funnels if you want to maximize AEO. Okay, it's a lot of work to rebuild it on AEO funnels, unfortunately, and it will not be as nice. But if you want to really optimize for AEO funnels still beats Famous. It's just nothing beats AEO funnels in that regard. It's like not just Famous, it beats everything that I know on the market. Okay. You can tell it understands the project better now from the green suggestions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the green, it knows so much about the project. That's kind of my point. It knows so much about the project. Ask questions. It has a web search tool. It has website reading tool, browser tool. It has a ton of things. So when you say ask Famous questions, can I ask it 100%? You can ask it to integrate Stripe. Yeah. Yes, Peter. If you tell Famous to create an AI optimized website, including schema, LLM text, will it do? It will create it, but it will not be as good as AEO funnels. So it just AEO funnels, we literally went and like super optimized it. To optimize, I noticed. Okay. Okay.